I'll be your model of courage. Through speaking English, I'll show you my definition of strength. I'll speak like this despite not having a good pronunciation, having a Filipino accent, and errors in my grammar. I want to say I don't care, but I really care. With the mockery, ridicule, contempt, and discrimination, I'm not that confident to speak like this. I didn't have a strong foundation. My family wasn't speaking English. I grew up in a neighborhood where speaking English was deemed as maarte if you're not rich. And we're not rich. I didn't want to be kicked out from my group of friends because that's what's going to happen if you don't belong. So much of my knowledge came when I was like 18, when I first tried to self-learn and self-study this language. But it was not that continuous. There were days, weeks, months, and years that I didn't care. But I knew the importance of English. English is one of our official languages. But for me, I think it's more official than Filipino because we are using it efficiently as a medium of instruction and communication in the most essential fields in our society: education, business, economics, medicine, politics, and governance. Most of the expressive terms and vocabularies are English, and there is no equivalent Tagalog or Filipino term if to be translated. I experienced a lot of mockery just by trying. I just want to improve myself. And of course, as a person who's just starting, you are expected and it's just natural for you to make mistakes. A lot of mistakes. But what bothers me are those people who are not even trying but they mock the most. Learning some psychology and philosophy, I have learned that people who mock those who are trying when they themselves don't even try are real cowards. What they're trying to do is because they can achieve the things they want to achieve, because they can afford to be mocked when they commit mistakes. And of course, everything has first time. People are always guaranteed to make mistakes, but they are so weak in attitude. They're so afraid of mockery and the say of the people around them. They just don't have the courage. That's why they will want you to be just like them. They don't want you going one level above them because they're going to feel like failures. And they're going to be so jealous if you succeed and they don't. Somehow the feeling is like your aunt or uncle that don't want you to be better than them. They were used to you as a helpless child or teen that was just seeking help. They were so used seeing you as a person below them. So every time you try to improve yourself, not for a purpose to compete against them, but it's just you naturally want to improve yourself, they will feel so intimidated, and then the toxicity begins where they will talk bad or act bad things towards you. They'll make you feel like you're so ugly, or at least every time they're around or you're around them, or whatever your age is, they can still hit you like a child or say demotivated things for you not to succeed. Most of them are cowards. They stop dreaming. They stop acting on the things they want to achieve. That's why it's going to hurt them that a helpless child is going to try to achieve the goals, because the possibility for that child, you achieving the goals, is very high, because it needs not a lot of outside factors like money or influence. It comes within, it comes inside, then it goes out, then it's reverberated to the right people. People with the same attitudes and belief. People who are going to help you vigorously, and it's just only a matter of time for you to achieve your goals. That's what they're jealous about. They know that themselves. They know that they can do that, but they're just so afraid and they're just weak in attitude. They just don't have the courage. They're just not as courageous as you. Real courageous people are those who try, fight, and continue doing something they're afraid of because they want or need to do it for whatever reason they have in mind. That is courage. And courage is strength. And that kind of strength is mental. Mental strength is above physical strength when it comes to being courageous. Every action that we make is dictated by our mentality. You may be physically strong or weak, but both can be courageous in the same level. It depends on the mentality. I'll give you simple examples. You are weak. You are facing an enemy twice your size. You're afraid and don't want to fight. Obviously, because of the very big mismatch. It seems like an easy win for the enemy, but you need to fight in order for your family to survive. And you fight. Regardless of the outcome, victory or defeated, what you did is courage. Let's say you were that twice the size guy from the previous match. You are big, muscular guy. But this time your enemy has a gun. Your physical aspects are already undermined because no matter how muscular you are, a bullet is going to penetrate through your muscles. You don't want to fight. You're afraid, obviously, because of the very big mismatch. It seems like an easy win for the enemy. But you need to fight in order for your family to survive. And you fight, regardless of the outcome, win or lose, what you did is courage. My point here is no matter how powerful you are with your physique, money, or influence, there's always someone who is going to be better than you. That's just how the world works. You may be in an advantageous situations sometimes with the things you have mastery with, martial arts, gun mastery, but every situation is different. So is the impact and value of your mastery. Your current circumstance may be the result of your previous actions, but the unpredictability of the coming events is always guaranteed 100%. People just have different playing fields, but if you're going to measure the courageousness of the people relative to their size or relative to what they have, they can be in the same level. Just like a strong body versus weak body versus weaponized body can all have courageousness level of 10. This is my field. The field where I play to show you my courage is in English speaking. I really don't want to do this. I don't want to talk like this and just to be mocked. It hurts me. I'm afraid that the society will see me as an intelligent, incompetent, and ridiculous person. I can't afford to be like that. My profession deals with people and the integrity of my intelligence is needed. But the reason why I still keep on doing this, still keep on speaking English, keep on improving my English is because of the benefits. I know that it's going to be beneficial for me. Beneficial in terms of knowledge. Books are always translated in English. AI is coming and one of the languages for AI is English because Americans are one of the major players in when it comes to AI. And of course, they're not going to set it in Filipino language, not until it's really developed. Another benefit is that English is the international language. It serves as a middleman for us people with different languages so we can understand each other. And of course, I want to understand many people and many cultures. But if you're going to ask me, I really want Filipino to be the international language. Just imagine how convenient is that for us. If you're a courageous person, I salute you. I admire and really respect you. No matter your social class, financial class, physique, or whatever circumstance you're in right now. You're the kind of person I want to be friends with. Successful people say that you are defined by your friends and the group of people you're in. You may not notice, but you share the similar traits. You may not be like them at first, but later on, you're going to be. Your friends' attitudes are contagious because you're always together. Your brain will and needs to adapt with their mindset because if you don't, you're not gonna get along well with them. You're gonna be left alone, and we don't want that. And it all comes down to our survival instinct. As humans, we want to survive. We need sociality to survive. And our friends is our social group. That's why you are really going to change your behavior that will fit with theirs. That's why choosing friends is very important. That's why I said to myself, if I'm going to have friends, one of the traits they should have is courage. I always want to see courage in action. I always want to be reminded of courage. And you're just going to be successful and going to be so strong if you are surrounded by courageous people. But what's in it for them if I join them? What if I don't have a courage yet and I'm just starting to want to have it and my first step is to join them? Well, I think people with the same attitude flock together well because they know your potential or they know what you're about to go through. You may not be beneficial for them at the moment, but in the future, you will. Successful people think futuristically and They are years ahead when it comes to thinking, and most of the successful people are courageous. That's why they will want you in their group. It's just only a matter of time for you. But you really need to want it. You really need to work hard and smart for it, for you to show that you're one of them. I just want to repeat to emphasize that you can be one of them, I can be one of you, and we can all be courageous. No matter the financial class, poor, rich, middle, no matter the social role, workers, students, evangelists, businessman, or the physical appearance. White, black, brown, yellow, tall, short, beautiful, ugly. We can all be courageous in our own way. You can see in our society that courage seems like a favorable attitude when it comes to success. Our society is like a forest where the predator, dominant, eats the prey, submissive. But you can always choose the path to dominancy. The path leading to your success is hard, but the armor of courage is going to give you the protection needed to overcome these hardships. And when you're there, you will see why the destiny favors the courageous people over the skillful. Courageous people can take a lot of paths because they have the armor of courage. They're not afraid of going through hardships, and the chances for them to get on the right path are so much higher because statistically speaking, the more the better. If they realize they're on a wrong path, they can go and just try another path. They may feel hurt for a moment, but it's not gonna hinder them to go and try to take another path. That's the skill of a courageous person, hurting but still going. It seems like they already develop a resistance to pain and mockery to the point that it seems that it doesn't matter, but it matters. It's just that they still continue going on and or continue doing something or continue doing that. So let's make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, mistakes that are not that bad, not to the extent that somebody is going to be hurt or something threatens your dignity. But be prepared for the unintelligent, unsympathetic, close-minded, coward, and toxic people who are going to pull you down. Be strong through courage and the repetition of courageous acts. We are going to have strength. We need to lift ourselves up from the downward pressure of our society.